Hi there, welcome in Stylist Closet. Today we're gonna talk about jumpers. This is the second series of capsular wardrobe. A capsule wardrobe is something to help you to go through a day. It doesn't matter the season, it doesn't matter the weather. You will be able to find your best friends in your wardrobe. You can mix with anything and you can use for any occasion. The last time we talked about jeans, today we're gonna talk about jumpers. I will cover with you three types of jumpers. I will cover with you how you can style them and what to look for when it comes to the material they made from. The first one, which are very well known, is your V jumper. Then you have your regular clothing and you have your polo neck jumper. Starting with your regular jumper, what you need to remember is that here we're talking about physics, which I have mentioned to you a few times already. The more close you're here, then optically your upper body will look bigger. If you're large chested or if you're concerned about your belly area, I would be careful choosing the regular type of the jumper. I would rather advise you to have a V-neck. It doesn't mean that you cannot use that one if you say, listen, I understand that, but I just love this type of style. Totally, it is possible. You just have to be more conscious how you style it. One of the tricks which I use today, and I'm the same, I would, because of I always conscious about my belly area, I should have a V-neck, but I really like that jumper I got years ago. And the trick which I'm using here is that it has those lines which go like cut my body in half, and they have those lines which, you know, kind of put the attention to my waist. So even though it's close, it puts, you know, my body feels like more put it together. What you need to be careful of, so that's one of the things which you could use when choosing your regular clothing jumper with your regular clothing, but it's important how you style it. So if I put that down, then it would definitely, my upper body will look larger, but it just the fact that I took it in, it helps me to look more put together. Then similar rule apply to your polo neck. Why? Those clothes which I'm using, they're from Stylist Closet, so you can check them at vob/styling.myshopify.com. And that's the same one we have in the store. I have it in my wardrobe as well, and I really like that style. The only problem is that anytime I put it on, I kind of have to think twice, because I'm not showing my skin here. I'm not, you know, creating that impression of, you know, V, which makes your body more like slim down. With your polo neck, you really have to be careful again how you style it. What helps here is the fact that it has the pocket on the side, so we're creating the asymmetry, which helps with shaping your upper body even more. So that's it about the three type of the styles of the jumper. Remember as well about the color. If you want your jumper to be timeless, if you want your jumper to be the one you can literally use for any occasion, if that's a work meeting or, you know, coffee with friends, you have to choose a universal color. So I would say a gray, you can have white or off-white, or you can choose nice blue, or you can choose something like cream. So all the natural colors. Many times you tell me that jumper is a good idea, but you just don't feel comfortable in them. The other option you have is to have open jumper. You could have something like this, which is very classical short jumper with a timeless color. It could be part of your invisible wardrobe. So if you have that coat or that blazer you really love, but you know, you live in a country like me, which is island, where most of the time we have cold days, you say, I love that blazer, but I don't really have many occasions to wear it because it's literally too cold. You can have that as, you know, the layer under your blazer, nobody will see. And the last but not least, before we go to styling tips, check the label. Don't check where is it from, check what is it made from. So you would like to see a sweater which is created from very natural ingredients like cotton, cashmere, wool. Those will give you the comfort, those will give you the warmth you're looking for in your jumper, and they will be definitely timeless. The jumper I have today is a jumper from Abercrombie. I bought it years ago in a vintage store. I paid for it like 20 euros, but I really like it, and this is my go-to jumper where I'm running to pick up my boys from school, or I just literally don't know what to wear. It has a 60% cotton, and that's enough for me to have that jumper for years and for me to feel comfortable and cozy. So check the label. For me, anything which is over 50% of the natural ingredients like cotton, wool, cashmere, it's definitely a good choice. There is few good stores you can buy at the commercial stores, but definitely my favorite will be vintage or charity stores. You can go and check them, and you definitely find plenty of good jumpers. As we said, styling, how important is that, especially for jumpers which might appear a bit plain, they might look a bit boring. It is important to tackle them in. The one I have on, as I mentioned before, what I did, and I really like the jumper because it has this split which, you know, helps me to tackle that in. Look how I look if I have it like that. I don't really feel attractive, and it adds additional volume to my upper body so much. So definitely taking this in is important. The downside of that is that once you do it, it'll add a bit, it depends what the jumper you have, it adds a bit to your belly because, you know, there is this additional material, you have to put it there. So it's good to kind of put that out a bit, don't have it in too much, because then you will create that volume we don't like. Then what else girls do, and I see it recently, is that you can actually put it under your bra. So you would do that like around, and it looks like that. That way you create that impression of your sweater being shorter, more put together, and you don't add additional volume to your belly area. The last, what you could do as well, you could take the belt and just belted it like that. Hope you like it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be delighted if you add your comments and let me know what else you like me to talk about next week. So next week we're talking about the third item out of your 10 must-have in your capsular wardrobe. Please subscribe and share my video. I really appreciate. Have an amazing week, and I hope to see you here next week.